So I'm so excited about this movie, Star Trek. I cannot wait for you guys to see this film. The cast, the crew, the writers, everyone did an amazing job.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, I've heard it said that like a big part of this new iteration of Star Trek is to open it up to a wider audience. How difficult was it to strike the balance between that and making it something that longtime fans of the series can approach as well? And how much are you saying in continuity with everything that's come before?
I'll answer that, and then anything you guys want to say to make me sound smarter. It's a great question you're asking, and you're a fan of Star Trek? Huge fan. Okay, well, then obviously, you know, you're savvy enough to know that if we were just to make the movie for fans of Star Trek, then we would be limiting the audience enormously. And the truth is that because we love this, because we are beholden to you, because the fans of Star Trek are what allow us to make a version of Star Trek now at all, I can assure you we are making this movie for you. In many ways it goes without saying, although it's important that we say it. I've taken some flack for saying in the press, we're making this for future fans of Star Trek, as if we don't care about the existing fans. That could not be farther from the truth. We love and are beholden to existing fans of Star Trek, and one of the ways that we made sure that this movie is going to make you happy is, you know, we had this great range of points of view with the producers. One of them being Brian, who had never seen an episode of Star Trek at all.
It's at this point where he publicly, repeatedly tells everyone what a moron I am.
The reason that Brian's stupid is you... Well, but anyway, then we've got Bob Orsi, who, as you will hear, I'm sure momentarily, is an absolute, avowed Trekker.
Nanu.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. So we had this great balance of people who live and breathe Star Trek and people who are idiots. And I think that... No, I'm kidding. We're like brothers. We have the love. So anyway, so the answer to your question is there are a million references, and the story adheres to canon pretty much about as well as the original series adheres to canon. I mean, the movie really does. And I mean that because, come on, you all know, even the original series, there are some contradictions. But the truth is that we love it, and as someone who was not a fan to begin with, I've come to appreciate and understand, and I actually feel jealous that I didn't get hooked earlier, because I can understand how amazing the show was. Anything you want to say, Bob?
Just briefly, everyone, I think, here respects and was inspired by what Trek was. And this movie is in a unique situation in that it's both a prequel but a sequel. All of Trek that preceded this movie is necessary within canon for this movie to have happened if you're a fan. So if you're a fan, your knowledge of your Star Trek is going to be rewarded. And if you're not, you're going to learn why we were all inspired by it.
You know, while they are very kind to call, you know, me and the writers, you know, creators of this movie, you should know that we were all so aware of Gene Roddenberry when we were making this movie. We were so indebted to him, and in fact having Majel, who so sadly passed away recently, not only on the set, but actually getting her to be part of this movie. You know, to have people who were there who had worked with Gene, not the least of which obviously was Mr. Nimoy, who a more elegant, thoughtful, considerate, and caring man does not exist. He is remarkable. So I just want to make sure that you guys know how much we appreciate and bow to everything that's come before, because obviously this would not remotely had a chance to exist at all had it not been for all that work. So.
Especially for those of you who are new to the Star Trek phenomenon, what has it come to mean to you over the process of making the film and now promoting it and kind of being in the middle of all of this? You know, Gene Roddenberry's vision and the Star Trek phenomenon. And did the actors impart anything to you, those of you playing original characters?
Yeah, that's us.
Go for it.
You know, for me, I think one of the most rewarding experiences throughout was getting to know Leonard, and aside from obviously working with the people on this specific project, having his involvement so integral to the process was so illuminating, and not only to see the appreciation that I garnered from that was not only to see the impact it had on his career, but on his life and the kind of man he is, and I think that's an extension of what Gene Roddenberry set out to create 40 years ago, and I think the times that we live in necessitate that kind of point of view, and I think JJ's such a great person to take it and move it forward, and there's an optimism that lives at the heart of this film and at the heart of the franchise that I think is a really great thing for us to be able to share with the world right now. And that was something that had a great impact on me, for sure.
I think for me it was just a great opportunity to meet people that I now call my friends. And JJ has such an unbelievable ability to create absolute equanimity on the set, so you know, no one feels like there's a dictator shouting orders from behind Video Village or something. Go here, move there, you know, that kind of stuff. It was a family on the set, and I can't, you know, I was so lucky to be involved with people that I had fun with every day. So that kind of family that we built on set hopefully will translate to this bigger, you know, this bigger family out here that will accept this new version, because I think what we've done is we've, and this is all credit due to Bob and JJ and Alex, but created a good blend of great action sequences like you saw on the screen right there, and wonderful relationships between the characters. So it was a great experience for me, and I'm privileged and blessed to have been a part of it.
For me, I definitely have to agree with Zach. The most exciting thing of this experience was meeting the original cast members, was working with Leonard Nimoy and meeting Nichelle Nichols, and that is one elegant and sexy uhura, I'll tell you that. It was great, and to know how excited they were, and how much they blessed this entire project, from JJ being the creator behind it, and the writers, you know, and the way, the direction in which the story is going, and revamping it, bringing it back for you guys, for the fans, and to make believers out of generations that are born like in the 80s and the 90s that go, what's that? And have no idea, and now it's like an opportunity for them to be introduced into this world that has lived for over 40 years, and I mean, I'm a believer now, so I'm hooked.